If you grew up in a black neighborhood or attended a predominantly black school, especially in the 90s and early 2000s, you'd be familiar with a playground martial art known as slapboxing. Typically, you'd see dudes get into wide stance when they square up, throwing their hands in the air in funny ways and flailing around, trying not to get hit. But this playground recreational art actually has its roots in an ancient African martial art known as Kandeka. And in this video, I want to introduce you to the ancestor of modern slapboxing. And if you like the video, feel free to donate by hitting that super thanks button. And lastly, don't forget to share and leave your thoughts in the comment section. And watch till the end of the video to see what video you'd like to request next. Kandeka is a tradition primarily of the Ovambo people of Namibia in South Africa, but it is also associated with many other tribes and people groups around the Kunene region. Kandeka actually refers to three arts: a war dance, a form of stick fighting, and slapboxing. When referring to the slapboxing art, the term used is okukandika, which means to prevent or to avoid. This is because the primary objective is to hit and not get hit. The slapboxing aspect of Kandeka evolved out of the stick fighting competitions within the community. Such competitions would sharpen their martial skills for war. However, young boys who were not ready to stick fight did slapboxing as a precursor. What started as a recreational pastime became a much safer national sport, with regular competitions involving other tribes. Kandeka focuses primarily on footwork, head movement, and upper body movement to avoid getting hit. The footwork makes extensive use of lateral movement to keep the fight in a circle. They stay on their toes to be nimble and change directions as needed. Moving the upper body and head allows them to come in and get their vitals off the line while they get their hits in. You can see how this form of boxing effectively translates to traditional boxing. Like many African martial arts, there's always a dancing component to it. Dancing in African martial arts are like katas in karate. Often within the dance is contained the movements of the arts in the form of an exercise. It is a way of drilling and preparing the body to do the art form. These war dances help develop the footwork for Kandeka, and when we consider boxing, footwork is a definitive skill of a fighter. This skill alone can create gaps between fighters. Your feet. The Ovambo people are a Bantu ethnic group, and the Bantus make up 60% of Black Americans. So it'd be no surprise that Bantu traditions made its way over to the Americas, where Black Americans continued it all over the playgrounds, at least in my childhood. I would venture to believe that many pro boxers used to slap box as kids. Fighters like Roy Jones Jr., Fighters like Roy Jones Jr., Sweet Pea Whitaker, and Floyd Mayweather come to mind. During the early days of prize fighting, there are many fighters who use knocking and kicking in combination with Kandeka. You'll see many capoeira fighters use this as well, such as Eddie Gordo. He uses kicks, but his punches are mainly slaps. Slapping is actually quite effective if you do it the right way, and probably better for your hands too. I've seen people get absolutely stretched from a slap. Personally, I've codified slap boxing techniques into my boxing, and I'm all for a slap boxing league. Much to my surprise, slap boxing is still pretty popular in middle school and high school, and even more surprisingly, for some reason, in the bathroom. When I was younger, I detested slap boxing because it looked silly and it was like a hood martial art, unrefined, unsophisticated. But it eventually grew on me because I began to understand that it's a game of reflex and timing, as well as footwork, which translates to all other combat sports and martial arts. We can and should have this as a martial art instead of slap fights. Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improve footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.